Well, everyone, it's been a long time since we took a look at the Nintendo DSi's menu, and I want to go and kind of showcase to everyone personally my favorite system, probably one of my favorite systems from Nintendo, and this was actually the Nintendo DSi. Now, personally, I think this was a great console. I actually already talked about this console quite a lot on my main channel, so if you want to check out my main channel, you can go and check it out. But with the menu itself, this, in my opinion, was probably the biggest difference we've ever seen from one generation of consoles to the other. When you look at the menu here, you may see like an outdated system, but coming from the Nintendo DS Lite, this was actually a pretty big deal and a pretty big difference. Now, when you first boot it up, at the top screen, you would still have just kind of like an information panel, but essentially what was going down here, you would see the name of your console, camera here. We had the front-facing camera right here and a microphone, which is wild. You had the date and time up here too with the battery life up there, and I just finished charging this thing too. Funny enough, my DSi lights sometimes aren't even working fully, but it looks like they're working now, which is interesting. Now, at the very bottom, you would eventually get a little panel that would basically show your game cartridge. Now, I have no game cartridge in here right now, but if you did put one, it would be right here. We did used to have our DS Download Play, which was really cool. So if you ever wanted to use DS Download Play, you would have that capability. You could have all these other applications, and I kind of forget if you could move them around. And it doesn't look like, oh, so you can. So you can actually see we could have moved these specific, things around. This console came out forever ago. So you have to remember this console came out many, many years ago, before I think we could even move apps around on our iPhone screen. I don't even know if maybe the iPhone was already out by then, but it's crazy how old this console is and how it's still holding up this well. Now, I do want to go and show you the system settings, but here you had your camera settings, which was awesome, Picto Chat, your DSi browser, which we don't even have a built-in web browser anymore for our specific consoles, for a lot of them. So it's interesting that we did have it, back then. We had our DSi shop, which is not compatible anymore. We had a lot of other applications here, and whenever you downloaded certain things, they would come up here, which is really cool. Now I want to go ahead and get into our system settings, because it's honestly very interesting how awesome and just how much stuff came within this console at that moment. So here you can see we have, the system settings that we're in, the version that we're in as well. So you could change up a lot of different things here, which is really cool. So overall, I think it looked pretty cool. So it's like, still a lot of system settings that we have nowadays. I do wonder if we have a system update. So if we click here, and I guess I forgot the parent code, whatever the thing is. But the crazy thing is, and this is something I have to tell you, on the DS Lite, if you remember, in order for us to go home, we had to shut the console down and reboot it back up. On the DSi, we don't have to do that. We could just click on the power button here and take us back into our home screen. That may seem trivial now, but back then, in my opinion, that was a really big annoying thing that I had to deal with all of the time. Now going on, we have the cameras and whatnot. Inside of the web browser though, again, this is something we no longer have. We do not have a web browser that we can actually use inside of our Nintendo Switch natively. There's a workaround that I've demonstrated a lot. But with this Opera browser, we had the capability of actually going through and checking out, at least, going to certain pages and whatnot. So I do wonder if we go into Google how it looks like. And if we just typed in Google, what does that look like here? So if we type in Google, let's just go and see what happens. Click right here. And if I click yes, I don't even know if I'm connected to the internet. I honestly don't even know. If you remember, our internet little signal used to be at the top right. And I don't think I have Wi-Fi signal, so it's probably not going to work. But we did have an internet browser here, which was cool in and of itself. Now beyond that, again, it was just basically like some little applications here and there. But when you look at all this stuff, it's so cool, in my opinion, of seeing probably one of the most impactful Nintendo consoles probably ever made. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video.